Turnpike Sports is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com. Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weishuttle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weishuttle. Doug, the NBA season just completed, and by the way, congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks. 50 years since their last championship. Good for Milwaukee, great for the Bucks. But already, the odds are out for next year's NBA season.
And everyone's pointing to the Nets again.
Brooklyn Nets, the pressure's on you again.
I just can't. Well, you know what? It makes sense, I guess. I don't know.
Of course. The big three, come on. They, the new big three, I should say.
The often injured
big three.
It's just crazy. I mean, as soon as the game was over, I think it was maybe within an hour, William Hill had their futures up and had the Nets favored. A couple of the other books now have the Nets as favorites. And it's not close either. It's by a good margin that they're the favorite teams. I mean, Milwaukee's in the top 5 in most books to repeat. To win it. I mean, even the Sixers didn't break the top 5 as one of the most favorite teams to get there. The Sixers are in like the top 10, yes. But, yeah, it's kind of interesting to see exactly where all these teams fit. Phoenix is there again, as a matter of fact, in a couple books for the NBA championship. But, I was actually watching the line movement from the beginning of the series to the end of the series, and it was actually swinging back and forth for a while.
It was very exciting. I thought, watching the lines and watching the game and watching how everyone was reacting, and I think, everyone felt that. Well, I felt anyway that Milwaukee had a really, really, really great shot of winning this series, all because of that. The block, I guess. They should have an official term. It's or the everyone had the catch from the 49ers back in the 80s, but this one should be the block.
Well, now it's also going to be
the momentum seemed to swing for me anyway to the Bucks. After
what is it? It's going to be an NBA Top Shot, probably one of those NFTs that everyone's selling.
A non-fungible token.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's going to be a big one. Non-fungible token. So,
I actually put a couple bucks down on Milwaukee before the series began to win the series. So I really didn't see the Suns. They didn't play consistent in the playoffs. The first 2 games, I was shocked at how good the Suns were playing.
I thought the Suns were going to take this. I really did. But like I said, for me, the momentum swung with that block. And, Milwaukee never looked back. It was close. The last game was close. And by the way, for the last game, I put money on the Suns at plus 4.5.
I'm just glad I did Milwaukee in 6.
So I thought the Bucks would win it, but I thought it'd be a lot closer score-wise the last game, so that's why I went with the Suns on that one.
And it was great to see a 50-point game in the final game, too.
Oh, by the Greek Freak?
The Greek Freak, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
after hurting his, his knee at the beginning of everything, and it just... I thought they were in trouble when he went down. But he came back and played extremely well.
But my point was, the NBA futures are out, so go take a look at them. I mean, I guess, New York radio is still talking about the failure of the Brooklyn Nets, so
they should be.
And a ton of pressure is going to be on them this coming year. So it should be interesting how you watch the Brooklyn Nets season evolve and things like that. So,
well, as long as they stay healthy,
Yeah. Well, we got a great show coming up. We got a By the Numbers segment, a Beatin The House segment, a book report. Boy, we got a full show coming up.
Another full show.
It's been a busy week in sports, so let's take a trip down the Turnpike. Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Going to talk a little bit more about integrity and betting incidences regarding some sporting events here. And we've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. And we had Wimbledon and the Euro 2020 contest going on. And every time you have a big sporting event, there's always some sort of integrity issue that uncovers itself or gets reported. And Euro 2020 had some interesting reports going on. Cybersecurity company Imperva did a study of the incidents of gambling bot attacks.
I always thought, you're seeing a lot of these cyber attacks. And basically I bet online through the online sports books, and I always thought, I was always kind of, wondering when the bots would start attacking the online sports books, because there's so much money flowing, and you have passwords, and you have to protect your passwords and things like that. So, I was very curious to see when I saw these cybersecurity issues pop up. I wonder how the gambling sites would fare.
Well, you got to remember, over the last year here, because of the pandemic, the traditional revenue sources for these types of entities, like ticket scalping, they don't exist. So everyone's sitting at home watching these sporting events. More and more people are sitting at home, and they had to adapt to what was needed to be done for their revenue.
Well,
I hate to say it that way,
online.
but it's just one of those things where the sporting universe adapted to the at-home stuff because of the shutdowns and the lockdowns.
Well, look,
they adapted too.
Everything was done online. You did your shopping online. You did your banking online, and you did your gambling online. So, security was a huge issue.
Well, according to Imperva, the activity against global betting and gambling sites by bots increased 96% year over year.
Wow. Boy.
And in the weeks before the Euro 2020 tournament, by the way, congratulations, Italy. Everyone's already said that. So in the weeks before the tournament, they increased by 26% in April by itself.
What do you mean, the bots?
The bots attacks. They increased the attacks as the Euro 2020 was starting to get closer and closer and closer, as the odds were posted everywhere. And what we're talking about here are account takeover attacks. Those are where the bots break into accounts and obtain the bettors' digital wallets.
That's what I'm worried about. I mean, let me tell you something. All my sites are very secure. I have a lot of confidence in the betting sites in New Jersey. And so, but it's still an issue. It's still in the back of your mind whenever you see these news stories about cybersecurity. You think about things like that.
Well, they took advantage of the fact that people loaded up their online accounts with a lot of money, getting ready to do some of these games, part of the soccer tournament, especially the VIP customers, because I guess they have the ability to track how people are putting money in, more and more money into their accounts, bigger bets, that sort of setup in terms of what they want to go after. And it was kind of interesting. They have the ability to track a lot of this.
Who's they?
Imperva.
Imperva.
They have a lot of the ability to track how some of these bots were going after specific teams or fans of the specific teams.
All right.
England and Scotland were the most heavily targeted.
Wow. Okay.
Those teams. And the days when England played, people betting on those sites were at particularly high risk.
Interesting.
With the account takeover attacks, they had the most. Now, the UK was only one of the targets, England, Scotland. They also found that bot traffic and bot attacks increased by about 41% for the German team.
Really? Okay.
Especially in the week following Germany's victory over Portugal, they saw a spike of bot attacks on German gambling sites.
Okay.
So I've always found this stuff very interesting. That they found a pattern of attacks getting larger as the tournament progressed. There was a peak occurring on June 26th, which was the beginning of the round of 16.
All right.
So it makes sense that as the tournament progressed to the more final rounds, the bot attacks started to get a little heavier against the gambling sites too.
Just to protect myself, what I do is I don't keep a lot of money in those accounts. If I know I'm going to bet, I put money in that morning and I do the bet, and I keep some money in there, but not a whole lot of money. I know some people that use it as their bank account, for God's sake.
Well, according to Imperva, Euro 2020 resulted in a level of sustained bot activity that was unprecedented.
Okay.
So keep your eye out for
bot
the next.
Attacks, huh?
Keep your eye on the next big soccer tournament and see if something like this happens again. I'm assuming something may happen with the Olympics. We never know.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. I guess you have to really be careful, especially if you're betting on the Olympics.
Exit 2.
Okay, we're going from suspicious activity to almost everyday ordinary activity in this exit here. When you go on the betting sites and you see these bet built sites where you have a certain parlay that's already there pre-ready for you.
Yeah.
Like it's a multi-sport or it's a multi-game or a single game.
There's a lot of parlay builders. I know Borgata Sports has that. BetMGM has that. I mean, it's almost like
it's every day.
You want to choose your odds, and they put the teams that you would need to get those odds into your parlay. So it's a very interesting thing. I'm seeing a lot more and more of these bet builder type of programs into these sports books.
You see everything, the pre-made bet parlays that are up there. You actually have the other side where you actually just go down and you have a little parlay builder.
Yeah. A lot of them have a parlay builder. That's what I'm talking about. You want to get your odds and you want to make a certain amount of money for the money you're betting, and they almost help you and guide you to put the teams that will achieve your goal, your betting goal, into this parlay to see if you can win this thing. So, a lot of them are doing it.
As commonplace as that is for sports betting, the typical sports betting,
yep,
it doesn't exist for eSports.
Well, eSports is a pretty new thing, especially betting-wise with it. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle betting. I haven't seen too much of the eSports sports books, so to speak, but I'm very curious to see how they set everything out.
Well, we now have the very first eSports bet builder introduced.
Good. I actually like the bet builders.
This is New Zealand-based tech company SportsFlare.
Okay.
They have become the first to offer same-game parlay betting around esports.
All right.
It's never been done before, and it's you're going to have the ability for sportsbooks to offer the pre-made parlay betting, where you're going to be able to predict whether or not. And this is mostly for Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Okay.
They're also doing it for Defense of the Ancients 2 and League of Legends.
All right.
But, this was really done for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So you're going to be able to put together a single game parlay of the map winner, which is basically Counter-Strike Global Offensive is played on a map. And that's the game.
Right.
You win on the map. You're the map winner.
I'm glad they're doing this bet builder because I think esports betting is going to be huge in the coming year because there's going to be a lot of, I know, who did we have on We had
we've had a lot of
a lot of
people.
well, but
We had Grant Johnson,
but that's what I'm talking about. The eSports Entertainment
Group. And,
they just got a license in New Jersey for eSports betting. So anything that helps me with eSports betting, like a bet builder, is much appreciated.
Well, they're going to be offering all this to their sportsbook. Sports Players going to be offering this to their sportsbook customers.
Okay.
Like I said, you can group together the map winner or someone who has the most kills in that game, whether or not the map goes into overtime. You could do basically whatever you see in terms of normal sporting events in a single game. You're going to be able to do single match eSports betting with this, as well as the sports books are going to be able to come in and have across their screens. If you're going to the eSports section of a sports book, you're going to be able to see a pre-made parlay. Like when you go to like Sugar House or PointsBet, Johnny does 20 or more points, and then another couple of
a lot of they call them house specials. They're under that moniker, and they say these two players will combine to get 50 points or something like that. So I guess the eSports bet builder will be like that, which, by the way, I mean, truth be told, I have never bet on eSports yet. So, like I said, I need all the guidance you can give me.
It's going to be a nice addition, and it's probably going to introduce a lot more people to eSports betting.
Exit 3.
Well, we already dropped a little NFT talk at the beginning of the show.
Oh, yeah, non-fungible tokens.
Well, we now have what's going to be launching is the DraftKings Marketplace.
What is that?
The DraftKings Marketplace, and this is exactly from their press release. It's a digital collectibles ecosystem designed for mainstream accessibility that offers curated NFT drops and supports secondary market transactions.
Okay, all right.
That's a huge PR way of saying
you can buy NFTs there,
and also trade amongst your fellow community members.
Okay, it'll be like they said. It's a marketplace, and you can buy and sell NFTs.
They're going to have sports themed NFTs for sale. Okay. And then they're going to have the secondary market where the people who buy the NFTs can actually buy and sell amongst themselves or trade them.
All right.
They're creating this whole new ecosystem within the DraftKings world. If you have a DraftKings account, you have access to this.
Oh, okay.
It's only through your DraftKings account.
All right.
So that's how they're going to maintain, I guess, DraftKings customers, keeping them busy with this stuff.
Well, they'll also create more customers because I'm sure a lot of people are going to sign up for DraftKings to get access to their DraftKings Marketplace.
Well, they also, as part of all this, did a exclusive distributorship of NFT content from the platform Autograph, which just launched recently.
Okay.
Autograph is the company that is working with not only sports figures but entertainers.
All right.
And they're creating NFTs based upon celebrities, also athletes, as well as pretty much any kind of thing they're thinking of in terms of pop culture.
So this isn't going to be just athletics. This is going to be everything.
It's going to start off as just sports NFTs.
Okay. And then I guess they'll see where they go from there?
The initial drop is going to be called the Preseason Access Collection.
All right.
It's a showcase of NFTs from Autograph's roster of talent that they already have lined up. Autograph is already, they have a whole bunch of different deals with different athletes and celebrities already to do these. But at the beginning of this, DraftKings Marketplace will be the exclusive distributor of Autograph Sport NFTs.
Okay. But so anything sports related from Autograph, you'll find on the DraftKings Marketplace eventually.
Right.
Okay.
They plan to eventually branch out into the different verticals, not just sports but entertainment, lifestyle, culture. They've got a whole bunch of different NFTs possibly planned. Listen to this list of the entertainment properties they have portfolio with. The Hunger Games. They have Rambo 4 and 5 under lock and key to create NFTs.
Just 4 and 5.
Just 4 and 5.
Just 4 and 5.
Well, because Rambo 1, 2, and 3 just didn't live up to what they wanted to do. I guess I don't know.
I'm sure I saw Rambo 4 and 5. I just don't remember Rambo 4 and 5.
I just remember Rambo 1 being called
First Blood.
First Blood. That's it.
Yeah.
And also the last one was called Last Blood.
I don't remember
Rambo
that
6.
one.
Rambo
okay,
6.
I don't remember that.
Dirty Dancing, Blair Witch, Mad Men, John Wick.
Those would be great.
I want to see the John Wick ones.
Yeah, right.
Divergent series, the Expendables series, Twilight Saga. They've got a whole mess of those.
So this is on all Autograph. This is the Autograph, and not yet.
Autograph has the deal with all of those properties.
All right.
And then Autograph did the deal for the sport NFTs through the DraftKings Marketplace. Right. And then those other NFTs on the entertainment properties, you may see them coming through to the DraftKings Marketplace.
Maybe.
Down the road.
Exit 4.
Okay, we've had our broadcasts. We've had satellite feeds. We've had betcasts. Now get ready for the megacast. That is the deal that ESPN has signed with the Manning brothers.
Manningcast, you mean, not Megacast?
No, it's called the Megacast.
It's called the Megacast?
I would have called it the Manningcast.
Oh, my God. Megacast.
It's called the Megacast.
They're a little full of themselves. I mean, I would think it would be called the Manningcast, but the Megacast?
The Megacast.
Wow. Okay. All right.
It's called a new Megacast feed for the Disney-owned sports broadcasters, Monday Night Football. It's only for Monday Night Football.
You know, I heard this, and, you know, I think it was great that Peyton Manning is getting involved in Monday Night Football. I thought he'd be in the actual booth Monday Night Football, but I guess he's doing it with his brother, which is interesting. I'm very curious to see how, I mean, is it going to be Peyton and Eli sitting there watching the game, just talking about things?
It's going to be Peyton and Eli joined by special guests.
Okay.
And they're going to have multi-box viewing while the game is going on.
They'll be talking over the football game.
They'll be giving commentary on the game as well as having guests, and they're going to talk to the guests as they're watching the game with them through the different. It's almost like the betcast without the betting.
I guess so, yeah.
So, you know, they're going to be doing this. They're going to be doing 10 games a year.
I got to be honest with you. I'm going to tune in. I'm going to check it out.
They're doing 10 games a year for 3 years.
Wow, okay.
And the first season is going to be them hosting it. They're actually trying to work out where they're going to have a permanent host in addition to them.
Okay.
So they're going to be doing a lot of them, but not all of them.
All right.
But it's Peyton Manning's Omaha Productions.
Omaha Productions.
That's his little call sign.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah. So they're going.
So where can I see this? Is this going to be kind of a paid subscription kind of thing?
Right now you're going to see it on ESPN2.
Okay, all right.
The linear network.
Great, all right.
They're going to be doing 10 games a year over the next 3 seasons. And also, they're looking at doing other kinds of broadcasts with them for the ESPN Plus streaming platform. So there's going to be more and more of this going on between the two Mannings and ESPN. Again, 30 games that they're going to be doing this for. So it's going to be interesting to watch this.
I also know Peyton Manning is doing a game show with his other brother. I forgot what his other brother's name is, but it's a college question and answer.
It's a College Bowl.
Remember the College Bowl?
Yeah,
on PBS. I remember the College Bowl on PBS.
Well, I believe it's one of the 5 new series that Omaha Productions is doing with ESPN and NFL Films. So that's
see now I'm driving me crazy. What's other what's
Tyler Cotton, something like that. I can't. He's got too many brothers. I think he's got 3. He's got Eli and 2 others. Doesn't he?
I don't know. Yeah.
The Manning clan is all over the place.
Yeah.
But, so I'm actually going to watch this, especially if it's on ESPN.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to check it out.
They're going to have alternate commentary on the game as well as talking the NFL, the entire league. They're going to also have special broadcasts with, featured athlete and celebrity guests. And it's always going to be multi-box viewing, too. So it'll be kind of fun to watch this, and I know
Cooper Manning.
Cooper,
that's right. Cooper Manning. Yeah,
I had the C part right.
Yeah,
so,
it's,
but other than
Cooper
that,
Manning.
Cooper Manning,
who, by the way, did very well in real estate. He might be the richest Manning brother. So,
yeah.
Who knows?
Also the least talked about, too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, we had the MegaCast. So that's on ESPN2 for Monday Night Football.
And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
Stick around. We got a big show coming up. We have a By the Numbers segment. We got a Beatin The House segment, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite segments. And also we have a Turnpike Sports Book Report where we talk about what's going on in the sports books across the country. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
The Racing and Gaming Conference at Saratoga returns this August 16th and 17th at the historic Saratoga Racecourse in Saratoga Springs, New York. Held in the 1863 Club at the Saratoga Racecourse, the Racing and Gaming Conference at Saratoga is the premier national forum for industry decision-makers, advocates, and patrons to discuss and analyze gaming trends in all sectors of the industry. 14 panels, over 40 speakers, all meeting for 2 days to examine the critical issues facing the gaming industry and share their ideas and insights. Register today at racingandgamingsaratoga.com to reserve your seat. And be sure and check out the website for full agenda and conference speaker list. The Saratoga Racecourse was named as one of the world's greatest sporting venues by Sports Illustrated, so don't miss out on participating in this premier event at this historic location. The Racing and Gaming Conference at Saratoga, this August 16th and 17th at the historic Saratoga Racecourse in Saratoga Springs, New York. Register today at racingandgamingsaratoga.com.
Is your bathroom looking old and worn out? Want to update it, but you don't know where to start? Then let BCI Bath & Shower show you how to turn that old bath into an aisle of beauty and functionality. Our residential bathroom solutions provide the best value on the market, and our customer service is second to none. Our cost-effective BCI Bath & Shower family of products has what you need.
Remodeling our bathroom was a big decision for us.
They didn't make a mess out of our house at all. And at the end of the day, we had a beautiful new bathroom. And it was a great experience the whole way through.
We have the best monthly payment programs in the industry, with payments as low as $68 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months. That's right. Get the bathroom of your dreams now and pay for it in 2021. Call 1-800-308-8291 for a free no-obligation price quote. That's 1-800-308-8291. When you want quality bathroom products at a great price, it's got to be BCI Bath & Shower. That's 1-800-308-8291.
With some of the best promotions and offers in the sports betting market, PointsBet simply stands out. PointsBet is the only U.S. online bookmaker to offer points betting, where every yard, every point, every goal, even every play matters. Same-game parlays, good karma payouts, early payouts, and exclusive game day promotions and guarantees for all sports. PointsBet offers more bet types than any other bookmaker in the world, offering a unique set of markets that aren't available anywhere else. And now PointsBet is offering one of the best sign-up offers in the sports betting market today. New customers signing up with code BET21 receive 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Get up to $500 back if your first fixed odds bet loses, and up to $1,500 if your first points betting bet loses. That's code BET21 for 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000 at PointsBet. PointsBet, it pays to be fast. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. Plus, free shipping! Always sent in discreet packaging. Go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus the 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code BABE16. That's BABE16, because without it, no free stuff. That's BABE16 at adamandeve.com.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to this week's edition of Beatin the House, where we celebrate the winners against the casinos, against the lotteries, against the sports books, as well as the poker rooms.
Yeah, no, absolutely. These are the people that beat the odds and actually took money from the casino, so good for them.
It's always nice to talk winners.
Yep.
So we're going to start. We usually, the last couple of episodes, we started on the West Coast. We're going to start on the East Coast this time.
Okay, good.
We're going to start off in Yonkers, New York.
Yonkers.
Empire City Casino. Actually, the formal name is now Empire City Casino by MGM Resorts.
All right.
They have announced their first $1 million jackpot winner since before the pandemic.
Wow, okay, great.
Bronx resident Domingo Rodriguez. Very unusual to see the name released.
Yeah, a lot of people, when they win big, they want to remain anonymous, but good. Hey.
But Domingo wanted his name out there.
I'd be proud. I put my name out there.
He won $1,062,576 on a $20 bet.
Good. I love it when they bet low and win big. Good for them.
Again, IGT Wheel of Fortune Triple Star Slot Machine, another Wheel of Fortune branded machine.
I got to check to see how many Wheel of Fortune versions there are to this slot machine, because I always hear people winning on the Wheel of Fortune slot machine, but then you add on the Wheel of Fortune, what do you say, triple star thing?
Triple star slot machine.
Yeah, no, but that's
there's
another
also
version.
There's also a new version of it online, too. It's Wheel of Fortune on the Air.
Okay.
That's an online version of it. It's a brand new one.
Out.
He did it on a $20 bet. He won his $1.062 million. On the fifth pull of the machine, he won the $1 million.
Do we say fifth pull?
That's what the release said.
Can you just hit the button? Did he actually pull the... by the way, sometimes I do pull the lever of the slot machine just to get that old-time feel, but normally people are hitting buttons.
I will say this. The release did not say whether he hit a button, but they said fifth pull.
Fifth pull.
Now, this is where the story gets weird.
Okay.
He did this on the suggestion of a stranger that prompted him to play the machine.
Ooh.
An unknown passerby told Rodriguez to play and said that he would get lucky. In Spanish, the stranger told him to play strong. So Rodriguez put $100 in the $10 denomination machine, so that was $20 bets.
Okay.
And he played the max bet, $20. On the fifth spin, he hit the jackpot. When he looked around, the stranger he now calls his guardian angel was nowhere to be found.
Wow.
Spooky.
I hope one of the those cable channels that do those weird phenomenon kind of things. Hope they do this story. That's pretty cool.
Slot machine to heaven.
Yeah. Hey, boy. Yeah, Guardian Angel. Good for him.
Yeah.
Wow.
That,
So if that happens to anyone in a casino, do it.
a stranger goes by and says, play this machine.
Why not? Why not?
Domingo would be proud of you to go ahead and follow through because he did it, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, he won $1 million.
And according to Empire City, in the past 6 weeks, they've had 78 jackpots over $10,000 each.
Empire, I guess I got to take a trip to Yonkers.
I guess so. Let's move over to the West Coast, to the Fremont in Las Vegas. A woman from Hawaii won just over $646,000 at the Fremont. She hit the progressive jackpot playing the Buffalo Inferno slot machine. That's another one of the Buffalo machines.
Yeah,
that
that's
you always
another
talk
Buffalo
about.
machine. Yeah.
Woman chose to remain anonymous, hit the jackpot on a $15 bet. And the Buffalo Inferno game is manufactured by Aristocrat Gaming, like we always talk about. That always seems to be paying out as well. Wheel of Fortune and the Buffalo branded games seem to be paying out all the time.
It's interesting. People have their favorite brand of slot machine. We online, you can actually search machines by their manufacturer.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to the IGT section, you can go to the Aristocrat section. So, people have their certain brand of slot machine that they like.
Yeah, and sometimes you can just type in a descriptive phrase if you're looking for.
I've
certain
never done
things.
that.
I've actually typed in.
I wouldn't even know what to type in with that.
I've typed in Ireland. Around St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, so you're looking for Leprechaun
games or Irish Pot of Gold games.
Yeah,
they have the search capabilities to do that, which is kind of interesting.
All right. No, I've never did that, but I'll try it.
Well, we had 2 slot jackpots. We're going overseas now.
All right.
Going over to the UK, Grosvenor's Poker Room, the Grosvenor Casino.
Low poker.
Grosvenor was running their national bad beat jackpot. It's a progressive.
Yep.
And the cheers went up after one player's quad 4s were beaten by quad 6s.
Okay.
The hand triggered the progressive payout, and the player who lost with quad 4s picked up the lion's share of the jackpot, $68,000. That was the progressive jackpot for that bad beat.
Wow. Yeah.
So he got $68,000. The winner got $34,000 plus the pot.
The actual winner of the hand.
The winner of the hand.
Yeah, the guy who had quad sixes.
The winner of the bad beat jackpot is actually the loser.
Yeah.
So keep that straight in your head. The winner of the hand won $34,000 plus the pot, and the remaining 262 players in the entire poker room that were playing at that time shared $124,983.
Great.
They all got about $477.
Great.
So that's another. Last week we talked about the jealousy or the envy bonus or whatever it was called.
Envy bonus? Okay.
In the Rivers Casino in Schenectady.
But wasn't that only at the
that
one table? Okay.
These guys got
the whole
entire
poker room.
The entire poker room that was playing at that time, which is actually really cool.
Great, yeah.
$500 each. Moving over to the online lottery, Virginia online lottery to be specific. Anna M. from Fredericksburg scored big when she won $150,000 playing Champions Gold at the Virginia Lottery online.
Let me tell you something.
Champions Gold is a brand new game because we just got notices of that a week ago.
All right.
It was just put into the system.
So this is a pretty new game, huh?
Very new game. And somebody won $150,000 right off the bat with
So what's it called? Champions Gold?
Champions Gold.
All right.
It's actually a pretty cool game. It's a progressive, too. So
can I just say it's great when you win big at the casino, but you know how much better it is when you win huge at home? It's like you're laying on your couch and did I just win $150,000 laying down on my couch watching TV? That is the greatest feeling in the world.
And also, it's even better when you don't have to go to a lottery commission to pick up your winnings. This is an online lottery.
Oh, so it's just put into her account.
Put into her online account.
Great.
And last but not least, we're going over to the Oklahoma lottery.
Oh, a lot of lottery this week, huh?
Two lotteries. Broderick from Oklahoma City, that's first name only.
All right.
Won the Lotto American jackpot worth over $8 million.
Whoa.
Lottery officials say he accepted the cash option, which left him with $5.7 million. Now, according to the Oklahoma lottery officials, Broderick is the second Lotto America jackpot winner in under a year.
So this is a countrywide
Lotto America is a
sweepstakes,
national lottery.
and this is the second person from Oklahoma to win it
Exactly.
in a year.
In
huh?
a year.
Wow. Okay.
That person won $3.5 million in December
That's
of
the first
2020.
one.
That's
the
the
first
other. That's the other guy. Let's see. And this winner, this Lotto, Broderick from Oklahoma City, is the 69th Oklahoma lottery millionaire.
Wow. Congratulations. Boy, there's
So that's another payout there.
something special in Oklahoma.
Well, it's great. Again, lottery is actually kind of fun to see in different states and see exactly what they offer. And I like the fact we're starting to see online lottery jackpots now, too. Well, that's it for this week's Beatin the House. If casinos, lotteries, poker rooms, online casinos, if you have any notices regarding jackpots, please let us know. info@turnpikesportsradio.com, and we will include them each week on Beatin the House.
And coming up, we have By the Numbers. That's when Doug throws out a number, I take a guess, and I'm usually wrong. But who knows? I've been right a couple of times last couple of weeks. So,
well, last week we had a little different way to do it, so really I didn't throw out a number at you, so you got a reprieve.
Yeah. Well, come back after this. You can see how I do in the By the Numbers segment. So more Turnpike Sports right after this.
During these difficult times, we understand how important it is to stay healthy and safe. With so many of us confined to our homes and not being able to work, we feel the financial burden more than ever. Many folks lost their jobs and businesses. Others were furloughed, and some are working from home at reduced pay. Keeping up with your bills is not easy under these circumstances. If you have credit card debt and cannot keep up with your monthly payments, we at Debt Fix Pros are here to help. Give us a call to see how we can reduce your interest rates and lower your monthly payments. Protect your credit and let us help you find a solution that fits your needs. We, your friends at Debt Fix Pros, are here to help. Let us take care of your credit card debt so you can focus on what is really important. Call for a free phone consultation at 800-919-6011. 800-919-6011. That's 800-919-6011. 800-919-6011. United we stand.
Are you paying too much for your health insurance? Are your deductibles too high? Or are you completely uninsured? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Healthcare Help Desk can help you now when people need help the most. Health insurance laws and rules have changed. If you have Obamacare, are uninsured, or your premiums are too high, call Healthcare Help Desk. It's free. New healthcare plans are available, and you may qualify for dental coverage and lower copays and deductibles. Make the free call now. Top quality coverage at the lowest prices anywhere. You may be paying too much and not even know it. In these troubled times, healthcare is more important than ever. Don't let another day go by without health insurance. Policies are being offered with very low copays and deductibles. So if you're uninsured, underinsured, or paying too much, call Healthcare Help Desk. 800-329-7906. 800-329-7906. 800-329-7906.
And By the Numbers is sponsored by Play Sugar House Online Casino and Sportsbook in New Jersey. Sign up at playsugarhouse.com/Pike and get a first deposit match of up to $250. Enjoy the casino experience online. Play Sugar House offers over 400 games online, slots, table games, hey, even bingo. It's like being in a casino without leaving your home. That's playsugarhouse.com/Pike to get your first deposit match of up to $250 today. Must be 21 years or older and physically present in New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 800gambler.org.
And welcome to another edition of By the Numbers. As a matter of fact, this one is the Olympic edition of the By the Numbers segment of Turnpike Sports.
See, now I can make my guess because you must be talking about the Olympic survey that everyone's talking about, correct?
And all the numbers involved in that survey.
Yeah, that's one thing I've never done is bet on the Olympics. So,
well, you will be joining millions of Americans. As a matter of fact, 20.1 million Americans, according to the American Gaming Association, who will plan to bet on the Olympics. And as I know, as we're talking, the Olympics are going on. We're taping this a little earlier than usual, but the Olympics are going on right now, and we just want to talk about this American Gaming Association survey that they did for the Tokyo Olympics that are going on. Let's see, we're talking about the American Gaming Association's first ever survey on Olympic betting expectations. They did it with Morning Consult, the company that does the surveys.
Okay.
They did it between July 9th and 12th, 2021, and a sample of 2,200 people.
Okay. All right.
Interviews were conducted online. Data was weighted, approximate a target sample of adults based on gender, educational attainment, age, race, religion, and there's a plus or minus 2% margin of error for the survey. Just wanted to get the tech stuff out of the way there.
Okay. All right.
Like I said, the survey found that 20.1 million Americans plan to bet on the Tokyo Olympic Games. That's 8% of the population.
Well, I'm certainly going to, do my research on it. Really, the only sport I really kind of have a good feeling about is, betting-wise anyway, is basketball. I don't know too much about gymnastics or swimming or anything like that.
Well, again, basketball is probably the most common sport for everybody in terms of betting.
Although the U.S. haven't done well during
No.
I guess I don't want to call it preseason, but the exhibition games before they get to Tokyo.
Technically, aren't all Olympic Games exhibition games?
Well, yeah, I mean before they start counting toward the medals.
Pre-exhibition season, I guess is what you call it. I don't know exactly what the games lead, but 54% of Americans say they are interested in the Tokyo Olympics overall.
Okay.
That's different than the 8% of the population that's going to bet on the Olympics. Let's see. They broke it down in this way. 25% of those American adults that are very interested in the Tokyo Olympics plan to wager on at least one event.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball was the most popular, 45%.
Sure.
Soccer was 34%.
I wasn't even thinking of soccer, but yeah, I can do soccer, especially after Euro 2020, and it was a lot of fun betting on soccer then. But
see, I did not get a chance to bet on Euro 2020. Just too much going on with other sports, especially with the NBA finals and all that. But traditional Olympic sports will also be seeing some interest. They're saying about 28% of those surveyed would bet on gymnastics.
Okay. All right.
Track and field, 27%. Swimming, 27%. Again, I don't know enough about.
Yeah, I just don't know the athletes involved. So, there's the internet, so I can do some research.
Other numbers that were kind of interesting. Bettors plan to place wagers in a variety of ways, with casual bets with friends at 47%. So basically, a lot of people almost half the people surveyed aren't going to use a sports book.
That's strange. Like an office pool kind of thing? I don't know how they're going to do it.
You know what?
I guess they're just going to, hey, John, I'll put $100 on the USA basketball. Is that what they're doing?
Well, it could also be you're sitting there watching it and you're saying, oh, I bet you this guy's going to lift the most.
Okay.
If you're doing weightlifting. Depending on the state you're in also, you got to look at see exactly who's offering what in terms of different types of sports bets.
Casual bets with friends on the Olympics.
47%, almost half of those surveyed.
Okay.
Online sports wagers was 43%, so those are the most popular options.
The online sports wagering is probably the way I'm going. But
yeah, I don't see myself rushing to a sports book to bet on a medal round.
Yeah.
I mean, it never really occurred to me to even
if I
do
happen
that.
to be in a sports book and the Olympics are on, maybe I'll place a wager there, but more likely I'll be online sports books if I'm betting on the Olympics.
Well, the one thing that is interesting with the casual bets with friends entry into that survey, that bodes well for some of those betting exchanges that we see are starting to pop up in the United States. I mean, companies like Sport Trade, Profit, Zen Sports. We actually had Zen Sports on.
Yeah.
And those betting exchanges seem to be well positioned for this type of betting. So it might be, the Olympics might be a way to usher in these betting exchanges more so than typical, ordinary sports.
Maybe, yeah.
10% of Americans who do not plan to place a wager on this summer's games said they will be more likely to wager if it was legal to place an Olympic bet in their state.
Okay.
That's an interesting runaround question there.
Yeah.
So basically they were talking about people, I guess, who don't have Olympic betting legalized in their state yet.
Okay, yeah.
Because I know certain states don't have betting on the Olympics yet.
Yeah, it depends on each
Check your
state.
jurisdiction.
Yeah, check your jurisdiction.
I mean, I noticed that, companies like FanDuel, DraftKings, PointsBet, BetMGM have tons of options for betting on the Olympics this year. Other places, you're kind of limited in what you got. I mean, I know in D.C., Gambit, which is run by the Washington, D.C. Lottery, they don't offer individual match options. They've been offering just over-under in terms of the number of medals. That may change as the Olympics goes on.
Yeah.
But I think, you have to take a look. If you want to bet on individual matches, you got to go find a place or a book that will actually give you the options. I know William Hill is offering multiple options.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if the William Hill in D.C. is offering multiple options. I guess you have to take a look at what D.C. is approved as sports betting.
Yeah, I have yet to look through the options for the Olympics on the sports books I belong to.
Well, luckily, since I looked up Gambit in D.C., I also got a notice from the Indiana Gaming Commission.
Okay.
They have recently updated their list for betting options on the Summer Olympics.
All right.
They have about 24 different types of events you can bet on for the Summer Olympics
and this
that
is,
are approved. This is Indiana.
Okay.
Now the books may not offer all of these, but they approved all these events. I'm not going to go through all 24. I'm just going to hit a couple interesting ones. Diving.
Okay.
Fencing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The modern pentathlon.
All right.
Triathlon. Volleyball, including beach volleyball. Water polo. Table tennis, of course.
Oh, boy, table. They'll love that in Colorado.
Yes. And let's see, handball. They have golf listed here.
Okay.
So I guess at some point in Summer Olympics you're going to see a golf tournament. Softball, swimming, track and field, basic stuff, water polo. Here's a couple interesting ones. BMX racing.
I didn't even know that was part of the Olympics.
It's listed here as part of the Summer Olympics.
Okay.
Or at least the approved events for the Summer Olympics. Then you have the basketball, the typical 5-on-5.
Okay.
They have basketball 3-on-3, too.
Oh, all right.
That I'm actually curious to
interested
in seeing because I noticed one of the other things going with the basketball 3-on-3, they also approved the Big 3 League for Indiana betting.
Oh, okay.
So I'm curious to see if it's the same type of 3-on-3. And the last one they just added, badminton.
Huh, okay.
I wouldn't even know what to do with badminton.
I wouldn't know the first thing about badminton.
It's interesting.
I'll watch it, but I don't know enough to throw some money down on it.
I'm curious to see if any of the books will be streaming any of this stuff inside their apps.
That'd be interesting.
I don't know if they've gotten the streaming rights to do that, but it'd be interesting to see.
I haven't heard anything, so probably not.
Yeah, and also, again, this is the first year everybody's betting on the Olympics, so good luck to everybody.
Yep.
Do your research if you can. I don't know where you can go to find research on some of these competitors, but they got to be out there. Everyone's got data on everything.
There's so many analysis out there, so I'll check it out.
All righty, that's it for the By the Numbers this week. Let's see, if you have any other interesting stats or surveys you want talked about, send us an email at info@turnpikesportsradio.com.
The book report's coming up next, so stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. and health insurance is your financial safety net. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, give us a call at 800-231-9279. That's 800-231-9279. 800-231-9279.
Attention Medicare recipients and anyone turning 65. Medicare has approved new benefits not included with original Medicare and older Medicare Advantage plans. You may not be getting all of the benefits you're entitled to, including in-home aids, telephone appointments with your doctors, home-delivered meals and prescriptions. These benefits may be available and it's a free call to enroll. The new plans may also offer free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free wellness visits, and gym memberships. Call the Medicare benefits line now. It's easy. Call 800-217-1797. 800-217-1797. Find out if you're eligible for new benefits like meal and prescription delivery, in-home aids, and telemedicine. Some plans may have a $0 monthly premium or zero copays for big out-of-pocket savings. Not all Medicare Advantage plans are alike. The new plans have more benefits for many people. Call 800-217-1797. 800-217-1797. 800-217-1797.
Having a rough morning after a long night out? That's why there's Morning Recovery. Morning Recovery is the flagship product of More Labs, and it's scientifically engineered to outsmart rough mornings. Use promo code Radio15 at morelabs.com and get 15% off of your first purchase of Morning Recovery or any of their other great products. That's Radio15 at morelabs.com to take advantage of this great promo of 15% off of your first purchase. Morning Recovery from More Labs, so you can work hard, play hard, and live life without compromise. The Turnpike Sports Book Report.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sportsbook. Available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E. Make your first wager of $20 or more and you'll get $100 in free bets. That's $100 in free bets when your first wager on Borgata Sports is $20 or more. Get into the action with BorgataSports.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to another edition of the Book Report, where we're going to talk about some state and national reports for sports betting revenue and handle numbers. We've got legislation to talk about. Boy, do we got legislation to talk about, and a whole bunch of deals.
Yeah, no, one was in the news, the state we're very familiar with, where we have an actual law office in, and that's Massachusetts, but I don't want to skip ahead.
Well, so, no, we might as well just jump right into it because
all right.
Everyone has been talking about Massachusetts for God knows how long, and I think at last count they had something like 14, 15 bills in the legislative areas where it was all for sports betting, all different types of bills. And just last week, let me get the number right, the House introduced HB H3974, the brand new sports betting bill that basically condenses 12 different bills into one.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I wasn't expecting them to come out with a bill that made sense in a lot of different areas to a lot of different people, especially on the House side. The House has actually never been the problem for sports betting, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up. I mean, just because it passed the House doesn't mean Massachusetts has legal sports betting now. I guess it has to move to the Senate, and when the Senate takes that up, God knows when the Senate will take that up. So it's up to the Senate to schedule it. Right now, I haven't heard anything when the schedule will be on their docket to debate and possibly vote on sports betting. So it's still kind of up in the air.
Well, let's go through some of the aspects of this new bill. I don't know if you can call it a new bill. It's like I don't even want to call it a Frankenstein bill because it's 12 different bills put together.
It was a big mishmash of kind of different bills.
First of all, it passed the House 156-3.
All right.
So everybody liked it, obviously. Or just about everybody liked it, I should say.
I wonder what the problem was for the three that voted against it.
Given that there was about a dozen or so bills in there, the three probably did not have their bills part of this.
Okay.
That might be the problem. I don't know. But for whatever reason, 3 people voted no against it. But
from early indications, we were talking about it has to now move on to the Senate. There are some state senators who don't like this bill, who stated that they will be opposing it. I don't know how many state senators will be opposing this bill, but it's not a unanimous slam dunk kind of bill going in.
When it comes to the Massachusetts Senate, that has always been the roadblock to sports betting in the state. And it's a matter of some senators want money going this place, some senators want the money going to another place. Some just don't like the idea of sports betting.
And meanwhile, all the Massachusetts sports betting money is either going to New Hampshire or Rhode Island. So they better get on the ball pretty quick. And, and soon to be Connecticut now. So they're going to be losing money if they don't hurry up and pass this bill.
Well, one state that it's not going to go to is Maine, because they sat on their bill and they are not even going to talk about it till the next legislative session, which is going to be January 5th or something.
Okay.
So they're not even going to talk about it for sports betting. So that one's kind of dead right now. But regarding the Massachusetts bill, they're actually calling for not only casinos that have sports betting licenses and racetracks, but they're also looking at an untethered market for online sports betting.
Okay.
Which actually is kind of an interesting twist to this. Right now, there are going to be 3 different licenses, one for casinos, and each casino can have 3 skins.
Okay.
3 skins are the online sports books, I should say. The racetracks can get a sports betting license, and they will be able to get a skin themselves. So now each racetrack will have one mobile partner, basically.
Now, according to the bill that was passed in the Massachusetts House, will the racetracks be able to get an actual physical sports book on its property?
According to this, they get a sports betting license to do something like that.
Okay. Right.
I think you still got to hammer out some of these things.
By the way, this is all still speculative because the Senate hasn't had their say in it, and I'm sure this is going to change when the Senate gets their hands on it. So
the one thing that I found interesting, and let's just go through a couple of things. They're going to have betting on professional and collegiate sports.
Okay.
No player props for college sports.
Okay.
Let's see. Betting age of 21. Bets placed within Massachusetts on motor racing, eSports, competitive video games, and any other event approved by the Massachusetts Gaming Commission. License fees are kind of interesting. It's, let's see, $100,000 application fee, $5 million initial fee for a license, and then another $5 million to renew after 5 years. The first-time fee is going to be $4 million if they pay a $1 million temporary sports betting fee to maintain sports betting while their license is being worked through.
Okay.
So it drops it down a little bit. They did manage to throw in a problem gambling aspect to the bill, which is actually really nice to see. Not a lot of states had this set out right at the very beginning. Mobile operators have to pay an annual fee of $1 million for problem gambling in the state.
Yeah, well, like I said, this is everything that passed the House. Now the Senate gets their shot at it, and they get to add, subtract, and debate, and let's see what happens.
Well, like I just mentioned with Maine, where the governor has always been the stumbling block, in Massachusetts it's always the Senate. We'll see exactly what happens there. Let's move over to Illinois.
Okay.
Now, Illinois has sports betting, retail, online. Chicago does not. And an alderman in Chicago has now introduced an ordinance that would lift Chicago's ban on sports betting.
Good.
His bill would establish parameters for the city to issue the licenses and make money from it. According to his bill, sports betting would be authorized at Wrigley Field, Guaranteed Rate Field, Soldier Field, the United Center, Wintrust Arena, or in a permanent building or structure located within a 5-block radius of any of those places.
Great, that'd be fun.
So I was kind of waiting for this to be introduced earlier. If you think about it,
sure.
Why hasn't Chicago pushed for sports betting within the city limits?
Well, that's coming. That has to come pretty soon. So,
well, he's actually gone all the way and said you can. Listen to this one. No more than 15 kiosks at a location unless the kiosks are also selling food and drink. You can have more kiosks if they sell food and drink as well.
Okay, all right.
That's an interesting little...
okay.
Wagering would be prohibited from midnight to 10 a.m. Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday, midnight Friday to 9 a.m. Saturday. And then 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. So they're actually placing limits on when you can place a bet. It's not 24/7.
That's kind of tough, in the...
it's kind of smart, though, to start off with. You can always expand it.
But you got to remember, I heard an interesting thing about college football. The most bet on college, believe it or not, is the University of Hawaii. Because that's always the last game. It's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. After you lose your games all day Saturday, where can you make up your money? The very last game of the day, and that's usually University of Hawaii.
Well, that's kind of interesting. Hawaii is one of the few states that doesn't have sports betting yet.
Well, I mean,
they don't have any casinos either.
But in New Jersey and Vegas, and that they say that's the most bet on university.
Well, moving on to other states before we get out of our legislative section here, Arizona and South Dakota are moving right along. They have approved rules. They're going to have final regulations posted soon. They are both on target for the beginning of football season.
Arizona is really moving quick.
Well, so is South Dakota. South Dakota's right there with them.
But I see Arizona's in the news every week. So, good for them.
Well, it's kind of nice to see states moving around. I think Connecticut's moving too. I think we're going to hear something pretty soon from the Connecticut Lottery. By the time this airs, we may hear something from the Connecticut Lottery about who their sports betting partner is.
That should be. Well, the big one up in New England is DraftKings because they have their corporate headquarters in Boston. So they're certain
DraftKings is already with Foxwoods,
and they have free reign in New Hampshire. So I think you're gonna see DraftKings a lot. When we're up in Massachusetts, we see a lot of commercials for DraftKings.
Well, DraftKings is with Foxwoods.
Yeah.
FanDuel is with Mohegan Sun. No one knows who the Connecticut Lottery is going to take. Mm-hmm. So that actually should be interesting. I mean, you might see, some outlier come in. Maybe PointsBet, maybe BetMGM might be the logical choice.
Yeah, certainly.
For partnering with the lottery.
And look, hey, William Hill's always out there too. The
Caesar Sports, you mean?
Certainly.
Caesar Sports.
Well, Caesar Sports, but William Hill was. I always think of William Hill. Like I still say San Diego Chargers.
Yeah.
Instead of Caesar Sportsbook, I say William Hill.
Hey, sometimes I catch myself saying New Jersey Nets.
I'm still on the Oakland Raiders kind of thing.
So, we'll see what happens. I'm just curious to see if they follow through with plans in Connecticut to turn the Hartford Center into a betting center.
Hey, why not?
Which actually would be one of the coolest things, especially in the Northeast.
I just drove through Hartford, and it's a great city, so can't wait.
It's always under construction, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's move over to some deals. We actually had some really interesting deals made over the last couple of days here. Barstool Sports, let's start there. We're going to stay in Arizona. We just talked about Arizona for a little bit. Barstool Sports, or actually, I should say Penn National Gaming.
Oh, is this the racetrack?
And NASCAR
right.
did a deal. The Barstool Sportsbook will become the exclusive sportsbook of the Phoenix Raceway in Arizona. Now, Penn National was NASCAR's first betting partner, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So this was actually kind of a long time coming for this.
It was a logical decision. It's a normal and natural fit, you can call it.
Well, it's always interesting to see how long some of these take. And these two have been partners for a while. You're going to see Barstool Sports on-track signage. Also, Barstool will be promoted through NASCAR's social and digital channels. And then in exchange, you're going to see Barstool carving out NASCAR stuff, especially for the Phoenix Raceway. So we're going to start seeing a lot of different...
a lot of these deals are almost boilerplate now. It's signage, it's data, it's, social media, it's broadcast, it's I wonder if, the gaming attorneys, we should have this on, just on our computer and just print it out and just change the names.
You mean just fill in the blanks?
Just fill in the blanks.
Find and replace.
Yeah, there you go.
So, congratulations to NASCAR and Barstool Sports. Joe Solofsky over there at NASCAR has been doing great work.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is NASCAR's 9th partnership for sports betting in what they call... I didn't know Arizona was the Copper State.
No, I did not know that.
I did not know that Arizona was the Copper State. Let's go over to DraftKings. The other big company that's huge into sports betting is the PGA Tour.
Yes.
And DraftKings and PGA just did a pair of deals, which is kind of interesting to announce 2 deals at the same time, but they are kind of related because some of the same things are going to be happening at both tournaments. PGA Tour named DraftKings the first betting operator of the World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational. Mm-hmm. Boy, what a long name that is.
Yeah.
August 2nd to the 8th at TPC Southwind. Another golf course that they're planning on doing some retail stuff with. Also, they were named the official betting operator of the Northern Trust, which is about 10 days after the FedEx St. Jude Invitational.
Okay.
August 18th to the 22nd at Liberty National Golf Club. DraftKings will have hospitality suites called, I want to get the name right, the DraftKings House.
Okay.
At both tournaments. They're going to be like food and drink.
Okay, are these going to be big tents
they're
outside
have
kind
tents. Of
thing? Okay,
cool. You know what?
I like that.
I want to say tents, but they could be actually sort of temporary structures. But they're going to be having them at both events, and they're going to have food and drink. They're going to have meet and greets. They're going to have fan interactions, that sort of stuff there.
Right,
so it's going to be a really cool little addition to those tournaments. Also, what's going to happen at the Northern Trust. DraftKings will be hosting their Fantasy Golf World Championships at that event.
That's something I don't do well in, fantasy golf. I seem to be really bad in fantasy golf. I mean, I apparently I don't read up and study enough to do well in it. But no, I enjoy playing fantasy golf, but I don't win a lot of money on it.
Well, they're going to.
I like betting on it.
They're going to have 40 fantasy players competing for prizes of a total prize pool of $4 million.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. It'll take place
in person. I should start studying.
I'm actually curious because this is an in-person fantasy tournament. Do they have to remain there all 4 days of the tournament to
I don't know
participate?
How
or can you fill out your card and let it go?
I interviewed a lot of fantasy experts and things like that, and they were all taking part in these, these tournaments, and they're there on site, but you're not there all the time, and in the actual room of it. But I don't know how they're all set up like that.
Top prize: the number one fantasy golf player will win $1 million.
Wow, boy.
At this tournament, but it's a total player pool of 40 players competing for $4 million in prizes.
Fantasy is tough because, you're competing with a lot of, I don't want to call them professional fantasy players, but I guess they are professional fantasy players. They have some of the most sophisticated software to help them out in these things. So, if you don't have that kind of thing, and if you don't have the kind of time that you need to research all this, I mean, it's a really difficult task doing well in fantasy.
So basically you're saying they're either playing fantasy or launching a rocket.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of work to do fantasy,
Well, it's a lot tougher than people think.
Yeah,
if you've never played fantasy, it is a lot tougher. And I'm not saying anything new here.
That's why I'm in awe of these top fantasy players. I mean, they do really well. They do really well on a consistent basis, which is even more difficult to do. So good for them.
Let's head back over to Arizona for a second. We have PointsBet. PointsBet just did a deal with the Cliff Castle Casino Hotel in Arizona to do to work together with the Yavapai Apache Nation to get a sports betting license for online sports betting. Is it
Yavapai or Yavapai?
It could be.
I always said Yavapai.
I mean, I see that PAI, and I want to say Pi.
Oh, okay. I say Pei, Yavapai.
So it's a Native American tribe. It's actually a very nice casino out there.
Okay.
I took a look at their website, and I've never been there myself, but it's actually a very beautiful place. And this now marks the 16th state for PointsBet.
Yeah. I remember when they launched in New Jersey. Was that their first state?
That was that was their first state. Yeah, so, and also it's their very first state to launch an online casino. They just announced that as well.
All
so
right.
New Jersey's like their proving ground.
Yeah, they have an online casino now that went live. Good for them.
And we have also another deal. We have IGT. Now, IGT provides that Play Sports platform. It's the technology running the sports books. IGT just announced that they did a deal with the Ute Mountain Casino Hotel, where that casino will have the IGT Play Sports powering their sports books.
Okay.
This is now. Listen to this. IGT Play Sports is now currently powering more than 40 gaming outlets across the United States.
Wow.
So,
when I think of IGT, I mean, I guess they made their name in slot machines, right?
Yes.
I think of slot machines when I think of IGT, and also they're involved in lottery in a lot of places. So, it's amazing what they're doing in the sports betting field.
Well, they are now in Colorado powering that. And let's talk one last big deal. Sport Radar and Bally's Interactive.
Okay.
5-year partnership. Sport Radar will provide Bally's Interactive with access to its complete pre-match betting services, live betting services, content solutions. Basically, it's going to allow Bally's Interactive and Ballybet to offer even more secure transactions, better options, more up-to-date options in terms of in-play betting. And so another big deal for that. And also racing. Horse racing. Let's William Hill. Let's hit this last one, then we'll talk about some numbers too. William Hill became the title sponsor of the inaugural Racing League.
Okay.
It's the United Kingdom's horse racing industry's first team-based competition.
Wow, team-based okay.
Team-based horse racing.
How is this working? Is this like a NASCAR thing where the different NASCAR teams kind of have several cars, or is a team going to have several horses kind of thing?
That's exactly what it's going to be.
Okay.
The Racing League will feature 12 teams riding in 36 handicap races over 6 weeks.
Okay.
So William Hill has secured the title sponsorship for the brand new Racing League.
So this is in the UK, right?
This is in the UK. It includes the competitions, at Newcastle, Doncaster, Lingfield Park, and Royal Windsor. So some of the big racing venues are going to have William Hill signage. You're going to see William Hill promos, that sort of situations over in the UK. It's basically the same stuff that you see in the United States now with title sponsorships. Uh-huh. But the fact that they're doing team-based horse racing, I'm actually curious to see how well this works. I've never heard of team-based horse racing.
Well, yeah, I compared it to NASCAR. I wonder if they're going to follow that model. If they follow that model, I think it'll do very well.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. One launch I want to talk about real quick, and it's not really a launch. It's actually Michigan added to their approved sports betting list. And I thought it was interesting what they added. They now are permitting sports betting on the Olympics. Everybody is.
Okay.
And also they did the hot dog eating contest.
Okay. I won money on that, by the way.
They're now permitting sports betting on the American Ultimate Disc League. Frisbee football, basically.
Okay, Frisbee football. I think we talked about this either last week or the week before. During the pandemic, I was watching every sport imaginable, and one of those sports was almost like Frisbee golf. They had discs.
That's called disc golf.
Okay, it's called disc golf. That's why. Okay, this is something completely different.
This is. By
football. The way, I was captivated by disc golf whatever it's called.
This is Frisbee football.
Okay, all right.
And actually, I've actually seen this on TV, and it's actually kind of fun to watch. It's probably really interesting to play.
Is it like a flag football kind of thing?
It's like flag and tag football.
Is it tackle?
No tackle.
No tackle.
Okay. That would actually be very interesting to watch. Now that you bring that up. Also, drone racing. You can now. They're allowing drone racing betting in Michigan.
I've seen that on TV.
The one thing that's still pending is the American Cornhole League.
Oh man, you have to have cornhole. We interviewed
Stacey Moore.
Stacey Moore, yeah, from the American Cornhole Association.
Yes,
and they did a deal with
the American Cornhole League.
American Cornhole League.
He's the commissioner.
He's the commissioner. They did a deal with DraftKings, which was an absolutely amazing deal. So cornhole is an up and coming sport. It's fun to watch on TV, by the way.
Well, I actually loved as soon as we had them on the American Cornhole League. I started watching it on TV, and I started seeing DraftKings everywhere. And also, their first live event was held in I think it was the South Point in Las Vegas.
I don't know, but it's fun to watch. I'll tell you that.
It's actually a really cool sport.
Once you put it on, you can't take it off. You see the first couple of throws, and you want to find out what happens at the end there. So, no, it's a fun sport to watch.
A couple of news and notes on some of the sports betting numbers before we get out of here for the week. Virginia Lottery provided their second sports betting update since their launch. This is an overall outlook picture.
All right.
They haven't reported their numbers for June yet. Supposedly they're going to be doing that around August 1st. So the big numbers that came out of there was the top sports book in Virginia is FanDuel, with almost 50% of the market.
Wow.
DraftKings had 25%. BetMGM came in third with 16%. So, but it kind of makes sense because FanDuel and DraftKings are the two longest running books.
Sure.
In the Commonwealth there. So, but FanDuel, 50% of the market. That is just an amazing number.
That's impressive.
Pennsylvania, they actually, since launch, have now taken $8.1 billion in online and retail handle.
Well, it's a huge state with big cities.
Only two states have taken more since the time since Pennsylvania has launched, and that's New Jersey and Nevada. So they're right there.
They're up there.
I think you're going to probably see Michigan coming up pretty quick,
Sure.
and the way Virginia's moving.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting to see them move. Washington, D.C., real quick. The only reason I'm bringing up Washington, D.C.'s numbers, it was the first month for BetMGM.
Okay.
BetMGM launched in June. Online handle, $15.7 million from William Hill, $376,000 from BetMGM. So that's the non-Gambit numbers. Gambit's the one run by the Washington, D.C. numbers, the Washington, D.C. lottery. They always separate out the non-Gambit from the Gambit numbers.
Okay.
So, but they actually, June sports betting handle was up 42% from the previous month. That's in June, $19.5 million compared to $13.8 million. So they're actually moving in the right direction. And let's see. Over in Michigan, online sportsbook handle was $235 million in June, down just 1% from May. And everything's moving along in their state there. They're actually getting live dealers now. They just announced live dealers coming to Michigan
for their online casinos.
For the online casino side of everything.
That's big in New Jersey, I'll tell you that. Everyone loves the live dealers.
And we mentioned New Hampshire at the top of the segment here. Handle for June in New Hampshire was $39.3 million, down 7% from May. The notable thing there is it's their third straight month of declining handle. Now, I think that's more a sports betting calendar.
That's summer months.
Yeah, that's the calendar
once football starts, they'll be
their beloved Patriots.
And let me tell you something. And the Red Sox are doing well when the MLB playoff situation heats up. I think they'll be those numbers are going to go way high.
Well, that's it for this week's book report. If you have any news or notes, feel free to send them over to us, info@turnpikesportsradio.com, and we'll include them on the next episode of the book report.
And that'll do for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.